So what do we do now?
Boston is ours. We can do whatever we want. Boston is...
Yay, verily.
Let's go get. We've left our support group for people who are distressed with the looming threat of Martian invasion because it was too depressing and boring. But what should we do now?
We can do whatever we want. This is our city.
You said it, Mark.
Okay, I say, what are things? Okay. What are some things in Boston you've always wanted to do but never got the chance?
I'm glad you asked, Mark. You see, Mark, I'm glad you asked. I've always wanted to find a squirrel, make it mine, take it home, give it a little bath, rob a bank, meet the president of Boston, find a bendy straw, spit in the river through a bendy straw.
Those are some great ideas. What do you want to do first?
Rob a bank.
Those are some great ideas. What do you want to do first?
Steal a tank.
Okay, why are you rhyming? Fun and Squirrel is so good. Those are some great ideas. Those are some great ideas.
I don't know.
Those are some great ideas. What do you want to do first? What do you want to do? Those are some great ideas.
Find a squirrel.
What's that over there?
I don't know where it is anymore.
Yes. I'll let them know. I just got off the phone with Squirrel King.
What did he say?
He said we can't give this squirrel a bath
And why not?
because it bathed yesterday and Squirrel Kingdom is short on water. They must conserve it as much as possible.
Well, this is my kingdom now. We're watching that squirrel.
You know, we've only got a couple moments left in Boston before the Martians attack. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Do before the Martians. So what did you guys do before the Martians declared war on? So what did you guys do before the Martians declared war on Boston?
Then you were the professional businessman?
What about a bowler?
Professional bowler?
I was a professional bowler.
I was the postmaster general.
Let's keep
Doesn't make
walking.
any sense.
Yeah, it does.
I was a student and then I was the postmaster general.
You're always learning.
I'm always learning.
So
I was a student and then I was the postmaster general. I'm always learning.
wow. I was a semi-professional bowler. I used to hit 290s and 300s on the lanes. It was quite the experience. But I don't learn anymore. What did you do before the Martians declared war on Boston?
I built birdhouses mostly, about 4 an hour. I paint them, shellac them, sand them down. The birds liked them too much. You think, how could that be a problem? Birds stay. When you wake up, birds in your hair every morning, it changes you.
I used to say, do your job better. You're not doing your job good enough. Go and learn how to do your job. And then after that, I would usually say, it's time for a bathroom break.
I used to play 3-4 nights a week, just throwing spares, strikes, turkeys, you name it. But eventually, you know, I felt like my life was just 10 frames and nothing existed on either side of it. That's why I was kind of almost relieved when the Martians said they were going to attack Boston. Maybe I would put the pins down for good.
So, why did you always want to spit in the river?
The river spat at me first.
Do you have a grudge against nature?
I have a grudge against Mark. The river spat at me first.
It sounds like you have a grudge against water or nature, or no wait, it sounds like you have a grudge against nature.
I've got grudges on grudges you can't even begin to understand.
I think at the end of the day, a grudge is like a bagel because, oh no, how do I finish this?
Do it again.
At the end of the day, a grudge is like a bagel. Once you take a bite, there's no going back.
I think when I spat in the river, I felt like I was part of the river. The same way, if you pee over Niagara Falls, you're also part of Niagara Falls. It grounded me in a natural sense. But what do I know? I'm just an ex-professional bowler.
I've never been in there before.
Say it to the camera.
I've never been in there. I've never been in there before. I've also never been in there before. Also, I've never been over there.
Unless it's like, let's go in.
Let's go in.
Let's go in.
Wait. Should we look at each other? Let's look at each other. Ready?
Let's go in.
Let's go in.
Let's go in.
Home is where I want to be. Pick me up and turn me round. I feel numb, born with a weak heart. I guess I must be having fun. The less we say about it, the better. We'll make it up as we go along. Feet on the ground, head in the sky. It's okay, I know nothing's wrong, nothing's higher. I got plenty of time. Higher, you got light in your eyes, and you're standing here beside me. I love the passing of time. Never for money, always for love. Cover up and say goodnight, say goodnight. Home is where I want to be, but I guess I'm already there.
You know, semi-professional bowling sort of found me, but I think I always wanted to be a writer. And the way that these vines have sort of found their way over this trellis, is that the right word for this?
Yeah.
The way they've sort of found their way over here reminds me of the way that bowling found me. Do the vines have a choice but to grow this way? What say do we have in the way in which we grow?
The vines have the illusion of free will as the trellis guides their every move, unbeknownst to them.
But they sure are pretty.
for a home and share the same space for a minute or two, and you'll love me till my heart stops. Love me till.
So if you weren't going to be the Postmaster General, what would you want to do? Mark, right?
Mark.
Do you have any dreams or goals?
I guess part of me always wanted to be a chef.
A chef? What type of cuisine would you want to cook?
Well, I've cooked a lot of things in my life. I've cooked chicken. I've cooked beef. I've prepared some Italian dishes. But I think the thing that interests me the most is sandwiches.
Interesting.
I'm always learning. I'm always on the go. I never have time to go to school, and certainly not chef school.
So if you weren't going to be a birdhouse maker, what would you do differently?
If it wasn't birdhouses for me, I'd probably end up a thief.
A thief?
A good thief at that. I'd steal anything I can touch. Anything I touch, it's mine. I'm putting it in my little pocket and I'm walking away. That's what I'm doing. It's called thievery. I'd be great at it.
Let's go to the museum.
Yeah, let's go to the museum.
Is it this way? Is that why you're walking that way? All right.
You bet it is.
Wow, wow, wow. We just love the museum.
That was a great museum.
Yeah.
What a fine museum.
Best museum I've ever seen.
What should we do now?
Let's go to the museum.
Again?
Let's go again.
Okay.
Come on.
What do you say?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Boy, can you believe the second time was even better?
I'd go to the museum again today, but I don't want to ruin its charm. I feel like if we go 3 times, it might lose its sparkle.
Too much of a good thing.
Too much for a good thing. What should we do instead next?
Rob a bank.
Rob a bank! Woo! You're starting that scene.
Alright. Wowee. What a beautiful bank we just got back from.
You sure took all the money.
I love theft.
You do love
I
theft.
love theft.
We never talked about your thoughts on theft, though.
Oh.
Have you ever been in love?
Theft. 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 Theft.
I would say theft is okay in moderation.
What is that? This has been a really fun day. I love this city.
Yes, me too, but won't it be sad to see it go after the Martians invade?
It's tough to care about something enough to love it, because, you know, the more you love something, the more it hurts if the Martians take it from you.
To not love that beautiful city, which is right in front of you, purely out of fear of losing it, is to lose it regardless, 1,000 times over.
Remember when we went to the museum?
Yeah. Remember when we robbed that bank?
Yeah, that was really...
That's so fun.
You'll be a really great bank robber one day.
Oh, I know.
Or what any kind of thief you want to be.
I can steal anything.
And you, Mr. Always Learning. How about all those things we learned at the museum? Remember those things we learned at the museum?
I guess you could say that we learned about Indian art.
I guess you could say
Yes, you
that.
can say that.
I guess you could say that we have quite an extensive knowledge of Indian art by now.
Yes. You do. I'll never forget these times. I'm really grateful that even with the threat of Martian invasion, we were able to make some of our last moments really meaningful and wonderful. Thank you.
Alright.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Okay.
Water.
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 Someday you'll be calling out my name. You won't get an answer. Someday you'll see what we had together can last forever. And you'll know we all have many roads to follow. Somewhere, someday we might meet again. Who knows which way we'll go? It could be soon, not very far away. Who knows which way we'll go? Someday they'll be calling out your name, but will you answer? Someday you'll see all the things we're after can last forever. And you'll know we all have many roads to follow.